So many of my students have taken RPSC exam 2021. In this RPSC assistant professor examination, we all know several seats are here, around 55 seats are here in English, and according to the data or the news, we know that only 35 students had appeared in this exam. The difficulty level was very higher in the GS paper itself, and because of that, many students who have attempted the GS paper got discouraged and have not attempted their main papers. But the competition is still tough because cutoff will go higher, because the only confident students are coming for the subjective paper. Now, today in this video, we are going to solve the complete 150 plus 150, that is 300 questions of your video. I am going to solve all the 300 questions with you with complete and detailed explanations. Those who have already attended my classes, live classes or question paper solving sessions with me, they know how I used to solve it in details by giving explanation of all the 4 options. So here we go. Let's start with the first question of your RPSC examination, assistant professor, subject English. The first question is, Phil, was an early English comedy written by a schoolmaster to be performed by his students, which illustrate the early Renaissance belief in the educational advantages of acting. Okay, now we have 4 options here. First is Ralph Roister Doister, second Grammar Girton's Needle, third is The Old Wives' Tale, and fourth is The Shoemaker's Holiday. And what they are asking was the early English comedy written by a schoolmaster. Who was the schoolmaster? Who has written the schoolmaster? Nicholas Udall. Okay, the early. Now the 2 options are here, which is close, and 2 options which does not suit to the question. We have to do 50-50 first of all, right? So how we will do 50-50? Old Wives' Tale. Old Wives' Tale is a is a comedy by Shakespeare. So definitely it's a later comedy which comes in the later 16th century, cannot be a early English comedy. Shoemaker's Holiday is a restoration comedy, that is 17th century, more 100 years later one. So that cannot come in the option. Obviously 3 and 4 are not in the option. Now we have to focus on the grammar, Girton's Needle and Ralph Roister Doister. What will be the answer? What is the first English comedy? First English comedy is Ralph Roister Doister by Nicholas Udall, who was a schoolmaster and was performed by his students. This comedy was performed by his students. Okay, and what was the publication date or enactment date of this drama? 1552, which is known as the first English comedy by Nicholas Udall. So when the drama is being initiated into English literature in Elizabethan era, this is the first drama came up in a full swing, that is Ralph Roister Doister. Okay, so the correct answer is 1, Ralph Roister Doister. So in question number 1, as we have seen here, Ralph Roister Doister is the real answer. Ralph Roister Doister. Writer is Nicholas Udall. Publication date 1552. He was a schoolmaster. Because you have to check, कि all the data given in the question should be matched to the answer. So he was the schoolmaster here, and this play was performed by his students. So the play was performed by students. Now, the second option here, which I said it is a very close one, is Grammar Girton's Needle. It was first published in 1533 and there is no authentic authorship. So because there is no authentic authorship, we don't know the writer was a schoolmaster, where it was performed, where the theme was taken. Obviously, it was taken from a German play. So it was taken from a German play. John Still was there, who was taking this theme and was working on it, but we don't know the proper authorship of this drama. So definitely we cannot say that whether this drama comes into the category of the question or comes into the suitability of the option. The passage we have been given, the answer should be suitable to it. So what is the answer? A. Ralph Roister Doister. Now, let's start with the question number 2. Question number 2. Who said the hero of Shakespeare's great classical tragedy in Rome? See, if I say that who is saying this thing, then who is the main critique of Shakespeare? Who is the main critique of Shakespeare here? Elsie Knight and Wilson Knight. There are 2 critiques of Shakespeare in this question. So, who has said this? The hero of Shakespeare's great classical trilogy is Rome. Let's read the 4 options. Wilson Knight, Elsie Knight, Dover Wilson and Edward Dowden. In the second question, the answer is Wilson Knight. Why it's Wilson Knight and not Elsie Knight? Elsie Knight is a critique of Shakespeare who used to give who has written critical essays on Shakespeare and who used to give a critical comment on Shakespeare's plays. But Wilson Knight has given a complete interpretation of Shakespearean works, and the name of his work, let me give you an explanation of that. The name of the work by Shakespeare, or the name of the work Wilson Knight has created here, is the name of the work by Wilson Knight, a very famous critique of Shakespeare and 16th century drama. The name of the work is The Wheel of Fire. The Wheel of Fire, Interpretations of Shakespearean Tragedies. That was written in 1930. Interpretations of Shakespearean Tragedies, 1930. In this book, he has basically given the line that the hero of Shakespeare's great classical trilogy is Rome, and he has targeted mainly Cornelius and Julius Caesar in this. Okay, so he has talked about the 2 main heroes, Cornelius and Julius Caesar, in that. But the other Roman tragedies of Shakespeare are, what are the other Roman tragedies which we have learned? About Julius Caesar. After Julius Caesar is Antony and Cleopatra, and after that Cornelius. These are the trilogy of Rome. Roman trilogy of Shakespeare, which he has talked about, and he has talked about all the 3 trilogies in his work, The Wheel of Fire, Interpretations of Shakespeare's Tragedies, 1930. Okay, let's start with the next question. Match the following prose writers with the works. Match the following prose writers with their works. Now, Bishop, John Fisher, Rosa Rascham, Thomas More, Richard Hooker. These are the 4 writers, and the works are of The Laws of Ecclesiastical Polity, Froissart's Chronicles, Toxophilus, History of Richard III. Okay, so first, which everyone know, that is Toxophilus by Rosa Rascham. We will go with the easiest one. So Toxophilus is by Rosa Rascham. Second के अंदर कौन सा option आना चाहिए? C option should be there. It is in A. It is in D. That is 1 और 4 के अंदर हमें C option मिल रहा है. It means कि out of, we have done the 50-50, out of these 2 the correct answer will be there. Now the next is Thomas More. Thomas More's work says थॉमस मोर का वर्क तो हम सबको पता है, दैट इज हिस्ट्री ऑफ रिचर्ड III. After Utopia, what is the next work? History of Richard III. So here it is in C. It's Richard III. Next, Richard Hooker. We all know what is Richard Hooker's work on the laws of ecclesiastical polity. That is of Froissart's Chronicle is of John Fisher. Okay, so that the answer is A. B, C, A, D. This is the answer and this is the correct match. So please do remember that whatever writer and work combination you do start matching the works with them and you will go nearer to your answers. Okay, now let's go for the next question. Now let's read the next question. Question number 4. The poet of early 16th century such as Sir Thomas Yard, Henry Howard, Sir Walter Raleigh, Sir Philip Sidney, Mary Sidney, Michael Drayton and Sir John Davies have in the recent time been called dash poets. So are they Reformation poets? No, definitely they are not Reformation poets. Reformation poets come before 1550 and the birth date of Philip Sidney is 1552. So if he is in this school, if he is a part of that, then definitely it cannot be Reformation poet. Okay, so Reformation is out of that. Golden poets. Golden poets are basically called to Elizabethan poets. And Elizabethan poets, अगर यहाँ पे golden poets का नाम लिया गया, then definitely golden poets के अंदर without Shakespeare it is not possible to count golden poets. They cannot give you the name of these minor writers like Mary Sidney and Walter Raleigh and Michael Drayton. But you have to remember one important thing about it. All these writers, the name of all these writers are starting with Sir. Sir means all these writers have a degree of knighthood. They all were courtiers. They cannot be the minor writers. They cannot be the simple or common men. They cannot be the common people. So, Sir Thomas Yard was a courtier. Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey. Sir Walter Raleigh was again a member of Elizabethan court. Philip Sidney, a knight who have fought in your Spanish War in 1585 and died in 1586 before the war ended. He sacrificed his life or he was dead during the war. Mary Sidney was a female poet at the time. Michael Drayton is a poet in the time of Shakespeare. Sir John Davies is also a poet of that time. He was a critic also. Now, it is these poets comes in the group of silver poets. These poets, all these poets are named as silver poets. Why all these poets are known as silver poets? Because they all were courtiers. Because they all belong to the royal families. That is why these poets are called as silver poets. Who use this term? When it is being called? Okay, now write down the details about it because all of them writers are have written the shorter poems. All these writers are writing the sonnets. All these are sonneters, lyricists, and writing the prayers and carols and all these things. This is the reason why this writer Gerald Bullitt called them silver poets, because it is easy to understand a thing when it is being said in short. If I will give you a complete lecture of half an hour only on one question, that will become a burden and it will confuse you all. But I am giving you explanation of all the points in a shorter way so that it will be easier for you to understand. So because these poets have written shorter poems like lyrics, like sonnets, like carols, like hymns, that is why they were easy to understand and interpret. It was easier for the writers, it was easier for the readers to interpret these poets. And another thing, all these were royal people. That is why Gerald Bullitt, in his essay Silver Poets of 16th Century, called them silver poets. Okay, these poets were named as silver poets. Next question. Match the sonnet sequence with their authors: Edmund Spenser, Samuel Daniel, Michael Drayton, Henry Constable. Idea, Immortality, Dinah, Sonnet to Delia. We all know Edmund Spenser and Immortality. Definitely the love songs he has written for. First, it is being said that he has written this sonnet collection for his lover, the lady love, Queen Elizabeth. But because he has married to an Irish girl named Elizabeth, so he dedicated the complete sonnet collection to the wife Elizabeth, the Irish girl, his wife. So, and Edmund Spenser, Immortality, that is first का B. कितने में आ रहा है? 3 में आ रहा है because most of the people know it. So they gave you an option like this. So fourth is out of the category now. We have to find out the answer among the 3. Second is Samuel Daniel is famous for Delia, sonnets to Delia, because Delia is one of the inspiration, the female inspiration of Daniel, and that is why Samuel Daniel has written sonnets to Delia. Now let's see second for D. Only one option is there and your question is being sorted out, right? So it's 3. Daniel for Delia, Edmund Spenser for Immortality. Now third is Michael Drayton. Obviously Michael Drayton is for Idea and Henry Constable is for Diana. These are the 4 options and we have solved it by only 2 options. So you should know, if you are reading Elizabethan age, then dear students, I want to give you a very simple tip of solving a question. If you are preparing, you must be preparing for the NET examination, you must be preparing for the other assistant professor grade examination, then do mind one thing, that if you are solving the question paper, if you are solving other question paper, previous year question paper, or preparing by yourself, if you are preparing Elizabethan age, do prepare all the sonnets. Sonnets are very important because the complete Elizabethan age is known as the nest of singing birds. And a bird cannot sing for an hour. Bird used to chirp for a shorter time. That means sonnets. All the poets of this time has written sonnets. Edmund Spenser has written sonnet, Philip Sidney has written sonnet, Michael Drayton has written sonnet, all the university wits has written sonnet, Shakespeare has written sonnet. So I have taken the names of major writers only. And obviously the smaller writer must be doing the copies of these writers to come in the main line. So definitely you have to read all the sonneters of this age, whether the minor, whether the major one. Because if a question is coming in the question paper of any of the similar grade, they will definitely ask you a question about sonneters of Elizabethan age. Okay? Sonneters means these writers belongs to the nest of these birds, and the birds used to sing a shorter songs. Okay, mind it.